And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Allure of the Seas pre-cruise vlog. We are joined here by Tyler over at the Tyler Show, the Cruise Junkie. Caleb is Cruise Ship Media on Instagram. He does not have YouTube. He's not cool yet. We're convincing him. No, just kidding.
I'm getting there.
We love you, Caleb. And then we've
Getting
also got Justin Hirsch, who is a frequent here on the channel as well. So hope you guys are doing good today. So yeah, we got
Doing great. Thanks for having us, Brandon.
Oh yeah, of course. Got some pretty exciting times. We're getting on Allure in 2 days. How you guys feeling about that?
I'm nervous. Man, can't wait.
You nervous?
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Justin, how many times have you been on Allure at this point?
This will be my third time, and it will also be the third time in a Central Park balcony.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
That's awesome though. Yeah, I'm very, very excited. This is one of the last Oasis class I have on my list. After this one,
You've never been on Allure?
I've not been on Allure. I've been on all the others except for Harmony, and I have, of course, not been on Harmony. And now that she's in Galveston, it's going to be a while. I don't see myself getting on Harmony anytime soon.
I got Symphony, and I got, I think, Utopia. I haven't done Utopia yet.
Well, yeah, of course. I'm booked on Utopia within like the first month, so I guess I kind of count it anyways. But yeah.
Yeah, me too.
That's true.
Yeah,
there you go.
We do love a good Oasis class ship. This is going to be interesting that it is not upgraded.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I've been on Allure. This will be my third time, but it is definitely a different kind of vibe versus the ships that are updated. But I kind of like the old version Oasis class ships.
Yeah, gives that more of a traditional feel to it, or just like the old school feeling of it, really.
Right.
I kind of got that vibe when we were on Liberty last year.
Oh yeah, for sure. It felt like that ship was still back in like the late 2000s.
Yeah. Let's see. Looks like we've got a
reminisce my childhood because I did Oasis twice back to back, pretty much like year after year out of Canaveral. So I'm excited to go back and experience that throwback Oasis class. No amplification, no Ultimate Abyss, no water slides, no bionic bar. So I'm excited going to go experience my favorite people, the Canaveral Ship Spotting family. So what could be better, right?
Exactly.
This will be my second time going on an Oasis class ship. I've only been on Wonder up until now.
Nice.
God forbid, right?
Yeah.
I know, right?
You were on Wonder when it was like fresh out of the shipyard, though, right?
Second voyage, yeah. First time going to the Western Caribbean on her.
Nice.
Oh, so you went on her out of Fort Lauderdale then?
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
Nice. Very nice.
Nice.
And then we got Utopia after this, and who knows what's next.
There you go. Icon of the Seas, baby. I am so hyped for that cruise.
Lucky.
I think we just played the final balance on that, so everything is good to go on that one. Very excited.
Sweet.
But yeah, so we got a 3-day cruise coming up on an Oasis class, Allure of the Seas. We're all checking in around the same time, I believe. Ironically, this never happens, and I'm amazed it even happened in the first place. But we forgot that it was check-in day, like a month ago. And so, 2 o'clock that day, I get a text from Justin going, "Oh, crap. Today was check-in day."
Classic.
I literally put a reminder in my phone. Like, the night before, I was at Disney the night before. And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I got to check in for my cruise tomorrow. Oh, yeah." And then the next morning, I just completely forgot about it. But we got a 12 o'clock check-in, but we're going to try to see if we can finagle ourselves in there a little earlier.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta think about that time, same time, 12 o'clock. It's gonna be great. Cruise Terminal 1 is always fantastic in terms of check-in. The new parking situation will be interesting because they've built a sub-lot. With my past cruises, I was at Independence back in September. I went for final sailings out of Canaveral, which, of course, if you're unfamiliar, Independence replaced, or should I say, Allure replaced the Independence. And, of course, Independence sails at Cruise Terminal 1, and that's a smaller ship. It's only, 4,000 passengers compared to Allure's around 6,000, give or take. Could be a little more, could be a little less, depending on how many kids are there or that third and fourth guest. So the parking situation there was a little bit of a deal. I got there a little later, about like 12:30, 1 o'clock, and there was a decent amount of line to get into the terminal. It probably took us about 30 minutes to park. So hopefully this new parking lot on the other side of whatever that road is that goes down on the cruise terminal, hopefully that lot's going to help alleviate the pain, because to be frank, it wasn't fun, but hopefully now with all this new parking lot situation fixed, they can go ahead and get us on the ship really quick and alleviate the parking situation, because I know that's been a big talking point of the Port Authority, is addressing the parking situation at Port Canaveral, because it is a big need of cruisers. I think they said they've done almost almost a million. I think 800,000 passenger cars in Canaveral alone this past year.
Yeah, that's the big thing with Canaveral is it's not a big it's not like Miami where the majority of the passengers will fly in. Like the overwhelming majority of the passengers that cruise out of Port Canaveral are usually locals or driving in, whether it's from, close by states, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, or if it's the locals here in Orlando.
Yeah. Right. So, yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time Port Canaveral's had 2 Oasis class ships, right?
Yep.
So it should be interesting to see how they handle that, because Miami and Fort Lauderdale have both had seasons where they've had 2 Oasis class ships. So it'll be interesting to see how Port Canaveral handles it.
Yeah. In Terminal 1's, other than, just the parking like you guys mentioned, but Terminal 1's probably one of the most efficient terminals in I would say in the US or in the world. Like I've never, other than like the time we just got there too early to get on the ship and they weren't boarding yet, I've never waited more than maybe, 5 minutes to go in and out of there and onto the ship.
Right. Yeah, it's very efficient.
Yeah. So indeed. So what do we got the first night? I think we're planning Johnny Rockets for the first dinner. Do we have any shows the first night?
I don't think so. Maybe we do the ice show. Is the ice show either?
The ice show night.
I think we're gonna try the ice show because we have a reservation I think for the second night, but if we can get in there the first night, I think that was the goal. We just couldn't get a reservation yet. Yeah, that'll be fun. The ice shows are always very entertaining, honestly.
Brandon, you're forgetting the most important part of day one, man. You're forgetting it. Sail away. We got Sail Away.
Ah, yes. Sail Away, baby.
We got Carnival Liberty there that day. Adventure of the Seas following us out, hopefully. So that's going to be sick. Not to mention, I think also important, the Vistla's when we get back. But still, we got the Adventure of the Seas, Carnival Liberty, Disney Wish, we'll even later in the day. But that's part of the day, in my opinion. Sail Away. Can't beat that. And we're hoping to get great shots. Again, the Oasis class ship is not usually not the best for shift spotting. Like, it can't beat the Independence with the overhang.
Yeah,
but still,
I will say that, yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking forward to filming some interesting new perspectives from the Allure of the Seas.
Yeah, what's our game plan for Sail Away? Where do we want to go?
I'm thinking the Bridge Wings.
Yeah, Bridge Wings, that's it.
If not my balcony.
It'll be good, too. Oh, yeah, you have a balcony, don't you? We have a Central Park balcony. Justin and I are in the same room. We've got a Central Park balcony.
Are you on starboard or port side? I think I'm on the port side, but I'm not sure.
We're starboard.
I'm starboard.
We're like port side. We're like 2 rooms back from the elevator bank. But if you go into the elevator bank and across to the starboard side, Caleb's room is right there.
Yeah.
Oh, no way. That's awesome.
So we're like literally across the hall or across the ship.
Same floor and everything.
Yep. Same floor and everything. And then Tyler's just like off in the back.
You can tell me
on the back of the ship, because usually in the back of the ship is where everything at. The flow rider, you got the dining room,
that's
you
true.
Got the windjammer, everything's in the back. Usually, why I always keep them in the back.
We just did random assignments too.
That coming up later this month. It's not there. Yeah, you probably did. You got the guarantee, right? So,
right. Yeah, it was all random assignments. We didn't actually plan that or anything. It just happened that like the day we got our room assignments, we were like, oh hey, look.
Yeah, and I agree with Tyler. I mean, definitely having a room in the back is worth it, especially on the Oasis class ships.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had a virtual balcony on Harmony on deck 10 forward, and it kind of seemed a little inconvenient getting around, especially when we wanted to go to breakfast or if we were coming out of like the Aqua Theater show or whatever. Like, it always felt like we kind of had to go out of the way to get back to the room. So, but I'm excited either way. It's nice that we're gonna be right next to the elevator bank.
Yeah, it's always a big plus is just being near the elevator bank. On all of the Oasis class that I've done to this point, which is Oasis, Symphony, and Wonder, it's funny because I always had a deck 10 boardwalk balcony. And the location I was on the port side on both Oasis and Symphony, and then when I did Wonder most recently, I was on starboard. So that was always like the confusing part for me. I was always on the same deck. But it was confusing on Wonder because I was going to the opposite side of what I used to doing. Especially because I had just gotten off of the Symphony a few months earlier. So it felt like I was on the same place in the same ship, just given that it was an Oasis class. But I was crossed up going different directions to my stateroom. But it'll be really cool having a Central Park balcony. I'm very excited to see how that really is.
Yeah, definitely. It's especially at night. Like during the day, it's it is what it is. But at night, it's when it's really nice to sit on the balcony and kind of just hear the sounds of the like they feed in like the bird sounds, and they have like the what do you call it, like the live jazz kind of music going on. So it's nice.
Yeah, it's always very peaceful in the Central Park areas, like especially at night. Like the boardwalk area, it's not loud. You can definitely hear the Aqua Theater show when it's going on, but the noise is never bad back there.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's.
No, I'm excited. I've never been in a Central Park, so I'm excited to go in your room, check it out, see what is up there. I do like back in the day, though. I remember, not sure if the audience remembers this, but back in the day when Royal Caribbean used to offer the perks for the balcony, the boardwalk, and Central Park used to offer either a free meal. I'm kind of sad they got rid of it. I know why they did, because now they're want to be cash flow positive, so getting rid of those. But those were a good incentive, because those rooms back in the day didn't really have much of a perk of booking them, so that was their incentive to people to book those, which is pretty cool. Kind of got rid of that, because that was a really cool thing. That if you booked the boardwalk, you should be able to get a free meal at Johnny Rockets, soda package I think for free. And
interesting. Nice.
What else did they used to give you? I think they used to give you this was a pretty silly perk, but they used to give you, I think, a free hour on the rock wall. They used to have it just for the people staying at the boardwalk, which I think was kind of silly, because there's usually never a line for the rock wall. But
in
any event, I remember that back in the day. A little throwback there.
We've got somebody in the chat, Caleb. Somebody in the chat says y'all ever played Luigi's Mansion?
Yes.
Completely unrelated, but yes, that is a goated game. I love Luigi's Mansion. That's actually a really fun game.
Unrelated, but I heard there's a rumor that a Luigi's Mansion ride might be coming to Universal Orlando.
Oh, that's dope.
That's what I said.
That's funny.
I could totally get off topic, but this is Kriya's talk right here.
Yeah, don't get me started on Nintendo. I could go all day. If you
are familiar, Brandon does have a gaming channel. Go subscribe. So go ahead, check it out. I think it's the Brandon Bot. Go check it out. If you want to hear more game talk, that's a good channel. Good plug right there.
That place is a hot mess. I don't know if you want to go over there. Trust me.
Yeah,
it's a hot mess.
Very interesting broadcast.
But yeah. Anyways, back on the subject at hand here.
Track, Allure of the Seas, 3-night Bahamas, perfect day.
So
isn't day 2 Coco?
That's right.
So we have
a sea day first.
Okay, then the sea day's last.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Yeah,
it's nice.
It's good stuff. So we're set for 4:00 departure. Do we know what Adventure is? Is she gonna leave first? Do you know?
She's 1600 as well, and usually the way it shapes out is usually Allure, depending on if they're ready to go, they'll be first off. Depending on Adventure. This will be your first sailing, so I expect it'll be pushed back anyways.
That's
fair.
We'll
probably be first out, and it'll be cool though. We can go after we see us and get the pilot off and everything for the bridge wing. We can head to the back of the ship, and we should be able to, if we catch it in time, we should be able to see her getting her pilot off and then exiting the channel, which is pretty cool. I saw it last time I was on the Independence with Mariner. We did pretty much the same thing that Adventure's doing, where they'll be second out, and then it was pretty neat to see the pilot get off and then see the boat running alongside. And then you see the Mariner, with the channel. You have the buoys on the side, and it's pretty cool. Because a Mariner also left at 1600 as well, so it was pretty neat seeing. I'm excited to see it again. And then Carnival Liberty would be in front of us, so we probably will pass it, because usually Carnival Liberty, I believe, goes kind of slow because they only go to one other port, I think, on the weekend cruise.
Right. Yeah, so I think she's gonna be in Nassau.
Cool. I mean, if you guys need me to cause a problem for us to leave late, I got us covered.
Take care of that.
Even though maybe
I got a couple of ideas.
Yes, indeed.
Just kidding, Royal Caribbean. Just a joke.
We're not here to cause problems at all.
No,
never.
Not absolutely.
Oh, there's a comment in the.
Tyler, do you think?
This is totally you.
Do you think the pilot will be Unit Mike?
Unit Mike? No, he's not. I don't think he's on duty.
Nah, you said duty.
That's what they call it.
Sorry, I do.
On duty. Or on watch, so I don't know who it will be. Now they have new pilots, so there could be 2 pilots. I don't know, because the changeover kind of happens at the end of the month or right now, so it's kind of weird. So the pilot handovers in like the middle of the month, so Who knows what we'll end up getting? It could be there's typically 4 pilots on and 3 pilots on. And they give and take a pilot. One of them has their changeover. So I don't know who we'll get. Don't even know what pilot we'll get either, because it all depends on who's driving and depends on the boat traffic, which there's a lot of boats that day, a lot of ships, I should say. So the ship traffic is pretty heavy, so they'll be running 2 boats. So it'll be kind of busy. So it'll be cool to see, because
it is a busy day.
5-ship day or something like that, right?
I think it's 4.
Okay,
correct, 4. Yeah.
4.
That is still a busy day. I mean, out of 6 terminals, that
absolutely.
over half the terminals are going to be filled that day. So that'll be cool. That's going to be a good day.
have a question.
Yeah.
Will we be seeing Victory 1?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I think she comes back around 1600 on Fridays, I think.
Yep.
And
So-
we should
We'll probably go right by it. That'd be a big
That's
day
right.
for you.
Nice shots.
Good stuff.
I love that shit.
Yeah, I'm hoping Adventure passes by us just to get the shots of her, but I'm sure she's gonna go late just because it's her first day in there. But it'd be cool. So yeah, we'll have sailaways at 4:00 after we board around noon. Then probably after that it'll be grabbing some dinner, and I think the ice skating show is maybe 7:00, something like that. So we're gonna try to give that a shot. And then day 2. What?
Basically, right after Sailaways, we're gonna go straight to Johnny Rockets.
Yes, indeed. Because I would be starving
Nice.
by that point, probably.
Me too.
I would be
Yeah.
starving.
I love that restaurant. If you aren't
It's a good
familiar
one.
with folks on my channel, I pretty much hit that up every night of the cruise. I don't go eat there every night, but I usually get a milkshake there at Johnny Rockets every night of the cruise if the ship has it. This
I'm
can't
down
beat
for
it.
that.
Grace, I found Johnny Rockets have fantastic staff. I've always had great conversations with them. Great people. So I'm excited to go back there, check it out. On Allure too. I didn't notice at Oasis class. If you do want to go Johnny Rockets, this is a pro tip here. Do not go on a sea day. I noticed that the food and the service is not the same experience that you're going to get on a port day.
Really?
They're more rushed on a sea.
Oh, that's fair.
There's a ton of people that go. So there's
It's
a
so
little pro tip
busy
for all the
during
folks
sea days.
watching.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you wanna go to
Everything
Johnny
is.
Rockets, get on a port day.
I think we tried it for lunch on the Wonder, and it was a hot mess. We tried Playmakers,
exactly.
couldn't get into Playmakers. We tried Johnny Rockets, couldn't get into Johnny Rockets. We ended up going to Park Cafe. I think we had Park Cafe for lunch almost probably at least 3 or 4 out of the 7 days we were on that ship. Park Cafe is very good.
Yeah, it comes in clutch sometimes.
It really does. It's like it is kind of crowded in there sometimes, but like it's small plates basically that you get. Like there's not overly abundant food in there, where you don't really have to worry about like you can carry it and take it somewhere else. Or like there's a lot of the seating areas out in Central Park too.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, Park Cafe, Sorrento's. Those are great spots to get a little snack to eat in between big meals. So it's always great.
Yeah, Sorrento's is a good option on boarding day
Love
because what's it called? The Windjammer gets very busy sometimes on boarding day. So Sorrento's is a good option.
We did that on Freedom. We weren't even. We still went to the Windjammer afterwards. We went, oh cool, Sorrento's is open, and we just walked right in.
You want to eat here first?
He's like, do you want to grab like 2 pieces of pizza before we go up to the Windjammer and get food?
Yep.
Yes.
Classic.
George in Atlanta says, but those Johnny Rocket dances, I feel sorry for those guys and gals.
Yeah.
Oh, those are so funny. We're gonna dance with them.
Past cruises, they haven't been doing it a lot, so I mean, good for them. They're getting a little bit of a break. I mean, they do it on like sea days, but besides that, if it's dead quiet, they don't really do it, which is good. It's good for them. They don't have to dance
They
randomly.
bust a move though.
If they
really
dance, we'll get Justin to get up there and dance with them.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
will. I will.
That'll be awesome.
And when someone asks why we're filming, we gotta tell them that we're filming a documentary of Justin's first cruise.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's
I
totally.
Like that. That's a good idea. It's my first cruise. I'm kind of nervous.
The first cruise, guys.
A little
We're filming
nervous.
a documentary. That's why so many cameras around. Yeah.
How's it going, Dimitri? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream.
Dimitri.
Welcome in, everyone.
Dimitri, you need to come on a cruise with us sometime.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cosmic Cookie, how's it
Welcome,
going?
Mary.
How's it going? But yeah, it'll be a good time. We're definitely gonna force Justin to go up there and dance with the Johnny Rockets people if we can.
Hey, there's no forcing needed. I will get up on my own will.
That's true. I mean, at that point, we're gonna have probably a good bit of wine in our system. I'm not gonna lie. So
Maybe some wine and a couple Jack and Cokes, and
It
it'll
was-
be like last night. Won't even know what happened.
we got Dimitri says we got to tell him it's Justin's birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
Oh,
So
we've got to do that.
oh yeah.
I think it was my parents' anniversary when we were on the Wonder, and my mom was like, "Oh, please don't," because they're gonna make a big deal about it at dinner. And I think the first day they're like, "Oh, are we celebrating anything?" And I don't forgot who it was. But somebody opened their mouth and said, "Oh yeah, it's their anniversary." And they're like, "Dang it!" So the last day of the cruise, there's all of us, the head waiter, everybody, and the big old cake with the candle, and they started singing. My mom was just like, "Oh man."
That's how it was when we went on Allure last year with my family. It was my dad's birthday. Right at the end, in the dining room, they had a cake and they were all singing. And I was like, "Oh, geez, what is this?" And I'm like, "Oh, you love it.
You love it. It's the most embarrassing thing in the world, but it's hilarious at the same
For
time.
real." Exactly.
Absolutely.
We may have to do that to somebody.
We'll do it to Tyler.
Well,
I
my
think
birthday
We'll do the Tyler, yeah.
2 weeks ago,
Yeah,
so
we'll do it
technically
to Tyler.
speaking, it's my birthday cruise, yeah.
Exactly.
Caleb too. Caleb, you're part of the club.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh,
My
yeah.
birthday, Caleb.
Technically speaking,
Yeah.
it was only a few weeks ago.
My birthday's today, guys.
My
Happy
birthday.
birthday, everyone. No.
No, it's
No, it's not. It's not. I'm joking.
Yeah.
Good
So
stuff.
for the second day of the cruise, we plan on doing Johnny Rockets for breakfast. Correct?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I'm down
it's
with
free
me.
breakfast,
I'm down for
right?
that.
They still
Free
do that?
breakfast, yes.
Free
Yeah, I
breakfast
think
at
so.
Johnny Rockets. We'll be going there a lot, apparently.
I don't
That's
think
one
I've
thing.
ever
Apparently,
done
according to
breakfast
us.
at Johnny Rockets.
It's good. I mean, it's like you're just a basic diner breakfast, like eggs,
Yeah.
bacon, stuff like that. But it's nothing crazy, but it is free, and they serve it to you, which is nice. They do have, actually, El Loco Fresh. Allure actually has El Loco Fresh, which is surprising because she's not upgraded.
Yeah.
Is
But-
it like the same thing Harmony had, where it was not called El Loco Fresh, but it was basically the menu?
You know where the Wipeout Cafe was
Yeah.
originally on Oasis?
Yeah.
It's in that little like closet area, basically.
But it's not called that, right? Like they just use like the menu from it. That's how Harmony was.
I think there's
It's
like
called,
there's not like any like themed area like normal, but I think it's like painted on the side of the wall. It says El Loco Fresh. That's basically what it is.
Gotcha.
I
Yeah,
think.
I think Harmony's was called like Mini Bites or something, but it was literally El Loco Fresh's menu.
Yeah.
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 That's what it is, I think, on the Allure. It's a Wipeout Cafe featuring El Loco Fresh.
El Loco
That's probably what it
Yeah.
is.
Wipeout
Yeah.
Cafe.
But
But I think the Wipeout Cafe on the Allure, I think it's actually, unlike the Harmony, Symphony, and with all the other ones with El Loco Fresh, it's usually on like the wall. I
Mhm.
think, if I remember correctly, on Oasis, that the Wipeout Cafe actually has like it's like inside, it's like an actual like cafe, but there's no
Right.
seats inside,
Mhm.
but there's like,
yeah.
it's not
Right.
out on like the walking deck or area. You actually have to
Right.
go into a little hut, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ship. So,
Because
That's
on
how
Wonder
was
it was
with
big.
Allure last year, but it wasn't El Loco
Yeah.
Fresh. It was just like Windjammer stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, because they must have just recently done that too. Because I saw somebody, it was somebody on TikTok. It was they had just been on Allure and they were like, oh yeah, and then I saw El Loco Fresh like in the video. I was like, oh okay, they have it, perfect. It's just not like the big open area, or not open area, but like on the Wonder, it's that big dedicated area, and I think it's like that on Oasis too now.
Yeah, it is.
It's not like that. It's just kind of like the
Gotcha.
small area, and it's probably got some seating around there. It's just not the
Right.
the big corner that it has on other ships.
Yeah, that's how Harmony was too.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, I mean, I love El Loco Fresh. I'm not big into international foods. I like to stick to my chicken nuggies and pizza, but it's pretty good.
Yeah. Actually,
No, it's good
El
stuff.
Loco Fresh does have great breakfast though. I will say that was the hidden gem of the Wonder. Nobody was ever
I
up there.
agree.
Sea days, port days didn't matter. There was barely anybody up there. They had just omelets like hot ready to go, or you can get a omelet made custom. And they also had just like loads of bacon, they had hash browns, they had sausage, like all sorts of stuff just laid out. Kind of like the buffet, but there's just nobody up there is what it was.
I love that.
And the nice part was with the omelets and stuff like that, you can get it made to order. So, it wasn't like it was just sitting around under the heat lamps like some of the other buffet food. Like if you wanted to, you could get it fresh,
Right.
which is a nice part. So
I agree.
if they
only
do
thing
the
about
breakfast,
Wonders-
it would be nice.
yeah. I was gonna say the only thing I don't like about Wonder's El Loco Fresh was that it didn't have like I seen like Symphony I think had it on someone else's video that had like breakfast burritos and like some El Loco Fresh style things.
Ooh.
But other than that, I agree with Brandon. That was amazing on Wonder. I mean, I went up there when I was going to the Flow Rider first thing in the morning, and they had everything you could want. You know, omelets, as he was saying, made fresh. Plus, they had the chocolate milk. They had everything. You couldn't really ask for a better spot. So
the chocolate milk.
Maybe we'll check it out on Allure. Maybe
So
we'll later
good.
walk up there and see if they have it for the video. So definitely maybe add that to our roster of things we may want to check out sometime during the morning.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it is literally one of those hidden gems because like we wouldn't have known about it until my the waiter that we had on the Wonder, the first night of the cruise, he said, "Oh yeah, you guys, you know, if you're going to the Windjammer, planning on the Windjammer for breakfast, go up to El Loco Fresh instead. If that's, you know, if you like certain things, because there's never anybody up there." So we went up there that day or that next morning, and lo and behold, there was nobody up there. And so we just kept going back up there. It was great. So not many people know about it.
Another gem is definitely the Solarian Bistro.
Yes.
I love that place.
That's a step-down gem.
We're gonna have
when it was on.
We're gonna have to go for more than 3 days just to do all this stuff.
I know. I think that's the problem. The only problem with Oasis class ships on the 3 and 4 nights
is so big.
Too much.
There's no time, you know?
Yeah.
So, but I'm excited.
7 days on Mardi Gras. I literally got home from Mardi Gras. I was like, crap, there's so many things I didn't even go do.
I'm sure.
I did a lot of stuff on that cruise.
Right.
Like some of these bigger ships, they're fantastic, and it's going to be amazing having them on 3-night cruises. It's just like looking at it, you're like, oh man, what am I going to do?
Right.
It's more incentive just to go back though.
Right.
It is a good problem to have. Exactly.
Absolutely.
It's not like it's, you know, back on the Majesty. It's like, all right, well, my only option's the Windjammer. Guess we're going there.
Yeah, I am glad I'm doing the 4-night on
Utopia. 2 options.
Yeah, I'm only doing the 3 on Utopia. So
I'm doing the 4-night on Utopia.
Yeah, I think we're just doing the quick 4 or 3 night.
Booked on December 1st, so I got more chance to check out things I missed on this cruise. So
you're going 3 weeks later.
3 weeks later, pretty much. Actually, that's how it works out.
That's awesome.
This is not public yet. So all my subscribers who are watching this, you're getting a little sneak preview of what's coming up this winter. I told
you go, baby.
Crazy, and I mean it. So we got this cruise, and then we get off this one. I have no joke 6 days. I go back home, do some school, do the laundry, get the videos onto the hard drive, and then get on another cruise 6 days later, as mentioned. That's a 7-night cruise on Independence of the Seas. The folks know how much I love the Independence. I had to say one more fond farewell to her. Which unfortunately, with the news being announced, I think this week that Independence is going to
Southampton.
Southampton.
So gotta say one more fond farewell, bon voyage to the Independence of the Seas. She continues her life as a cruise ship. So going down to Miami, doing her only actual 7-night cruise she's doing, I think, in the next year and a half. So I'm going on that cruise. And then when I get off of that one, which is kind of funny, I have 5 days from Independence to Allure again.
Jesus.
Now, unfortunately, after Allure, I don't have anything booked until I think April. So going on
brutal, yeah.
I'll probably find some other cruise to go on with either y'all or with someone else. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Cool. Do we got anything going on in the chat? I can't really see it. I'm kind of watching it.
Chat's not too active. Rick Van Dusen, hopefully I said that right, says when are they uploading the new videos, or when are we uploading the new videos? I at least for me, I think I'm gonna try to get the first Allure video as far as the room tour. Those are usually the quickest and easiest for me to get out.
Yeah.
So I'll probably try to have that if I can out the day we get off on Monday. But the actual videos are gonna be, at least for me, are gonna be starting the ship tour on that Friday after the cruise, and then this following week is gonna actually start the vlogs.
Yeah, I've got a couple of ship spotting videos, a couple Canaveral, a Miami and Fort Lauderdale video, and then the Allure series will start in 2 weeks after the cruise, maybe something like that. But yeah, I've got a couple more ship spotting videos coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I got 2 ship spotting videos to come out from Canaveral. I got one of the Wonder leaving, and then one of the Mariner leaving. And then after that, I'm going to try to get a cruise vlog done. Probably the cruise vlog will be up first. I'm doing a ship tour as well as everyone else, but I have those cruises, so I have not a lot of time during the week to get the video editing done. So they will be out, I expect, probably by December. I'll probably have at least the first vlog done by then. I'm hoping to get at least a room tour posted separately. Usually I don't do that. Usually I post the room tours in the vlogs, but due to me trying to get these videos out for y'all as fast as possible, because you all want to see this amazing group cruise, right? So I'm trying to get them out as quickly as possible.
Yes, indeed.
And Caleb, what about you with your Instagram content?
Yeah, Caleb.
Mr. Instagrammer.
All I gotta do is just pick up my phone and just do this and hit post. So I'm good.
Boom.
Boom.
Done.
There you go.
Monday, but I'm not getting paid.
That's all my shorts and my reels are for Instagram too. So I mean, I don't blame you.
Yeah, for real.
No, I'm gonna try doing vlogs on this cruise. Hopefully it goes good.
Yeah,
We'll give it a shot.
We're
If it
trying
goes
to
good, I'll do it more often.
trying to convince
help you
Caleb
out,
here to start a YouTube channel. Cruising
We'll give you
YouTube
some
is a little
content.
overcrowded at the moment, but Caleb's got good content. I think he'd be good on YouTube.
Teensy
Yeah.
bit overcrowded.
We'll
Just
give
a
you some
teensy bit.
content, Caleb. I can guarantee it.
Absolutely.
All right.
We got a lot of content coming, you know? And you can, for your first video, could be like, I met celebrities on the cruise.
Oh, I already have the title.
What is Adam
already.
Sandler gonna be on the
Oh, yes,
Allure?
already? Wow.
I met Adam Sandler. I
Video.
love that guy.
The title before you film the video. So there you go. Go get it, Caleb.
Nice. Is that Brandon Barker, Justin Hirsch, and Tyler? Oh my god.
Oh my God, where?
Oh my
The
god.
views
that'd
will be
s-
like in the tens.
the tens.
That's right.
Plastic.
Dang. Savage.
I'm really good at roasting myself.
Self roast. Those are always the best ones.
Oh yeah.
All right. So
But
so
We're
with
gonna get day 2. Or day 2.
yeah,
we
day
talked
2.
already about Johnny Rockets for breakfast. Now let's fast forward to 10 o'clock here. We're getting off. We're on the pier. Perfect day, Coco Key. You can hear that music blasting. It's going to be a perfect day. What are we doing when we get off the ship?
what are we doing actually? I know at one point we were looking at the jet ski tour, but I don't think that worked out.
I think that fell through. I think the plan, if y'all can back me up on this, but I think the plan now is to chill by the lagoons, visit the
Yeah.
snack shack. I don't think, Caleb, you ever been to the snack shack
I've
before?
never been to the snack shack. And I've
Bro,
been
it
there
is a
4 times.
is a Bahamian delicacy, those snack shacks.
For real.
Those are amazing.
Yes.
I watched one of Tyler's videos recently of his review, and it's like, oh, I'm missing out. I need to hit that place up.
Oh, it's amazing. And it's free.
So
It's free.
It's
It's
free.
free?
I
Yeah.
love free stuff.
Free
I love
food
free.
is the best food.
Crispy chicken sandwich. Oh my word.
Oh, the
Amazing.
chicken
Stop, I'm
sandwich
getting
is
hungry.
the chicken sandwich is 10 out of 10. So are the mozzarella sticks.
Mozzarella sticks. Even the
Mozzarella sticks are
burger.
lovely.
Something in my
sauce.
eye.
The shack
Yeah.
burger. You gotta get a shack. You can't get it like plain. You gotta get it with the shack sauce. Whatever that is. Oh, amazing
course.
stuff.
What was this? A carnival ship? Shack sauce?
I was gonna say that.
No, not Shack's like big chicken. Like Shack, like snack shack.
Shack's
It's
Big
still
Chicken is
filling
actually
it.
pretty good on Carnival. I will say that
It really is.
Shack's Big Chicken, the breakfast sucked.
that's
the
not-
biscuits were hard. It was terrible. But like for lunch and everything, like the chicken was fantastic, but like when it came to like the biscuits, they were just really bad. The actual biscuit was hard. Lunch, the sandwiches are 10 out of 10. Everything about it except for the biscuits from Shack's Big Chicken on Mardi Gras was really good.
To be fair, it looks like a Zaxby's on a cruise ship, so I may have to hit it up.
Caleb loves his Zaxby's. For the folks who aren't familiar, he loves that place, and I don't blame him. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah,
Oh, Caleb, you're a gem.
Oh yeah.
Right.
that's me. My little crown up here.
Oh yeah.
What else can we talk about, boys? We're going on the Allure. Exciting
What do
stuff.
George in
What do we
Atlanta
do
says
for C-Day?
question,
Okay.
Bionic bar, keep it or dump it.
Dump it.
Oh,
Get rid of it.
What just happened?
I agree. I am with everyone. I am team. Well, let's replace it. You know what? Here's the deal. I think instead of them just dumping it, they
What
should replace
just
it with a
happened?
tiki bar like they're doing on the Utopia. I think that's a great
Yeah.
idea.
I
Because, be frank,
guarantee you will be that at some point.
Yeah, exactly. The Bionic Bar. I mean, be frank, it's cool for like, I don't know, one cruise, 1 hour. Then it gets a little old, you can only see the robot shake your drink and, make a concoction so many times.
Right.
So,
Hey,
that's my take
Brandon,
on
your
it.
stream, our icons are black. It looks like.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck just happened. My cat stepped on the keyboard and everything went black.
Ah,
Oh,
jeez.
I'm
Oh,
sparing y'all
my
from having to see my face, so y'all are welcome, dear audience.
Give me a minute.
It's a shame you can't see my face anymore. Just kidding.
Give me a minute. Darn
But
cat.
anyways, yeah, I think the I think the Bionic Bar is more of a Quantum class ship thing because those are like
Absolutely.
the technology ships, you know. So they can keep them over there. That'd be fine with me.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I did the Bionic Bar on the Symphony. It was cool for the for the one time I did it, but other than that, I mean, it was
Right.
not
They
bad.
only serve alcohol, so me and Tyler, it's not our thing.
They do
But it
serve
would
an
be cool to
alcoholic
see them
thing, but they're not
do.
that great. So that's what I've been told. So
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to see them do what they're doing with Utopia, and that seems to be the trend. Like if you have the ships come out, you know, whatever, and then as the newer ships in the class come out, they come out with newer ideas, and then they slowly incorporate them into the older ships. So I think that's going to be one that gets incorporated into the older ships, especially with Allure rumored, not rumored, but there's I guess it is a rumor that she's going to get her upgrades in 25. I would not be surprised to see them switch that out for something instead of putting in the Bionic Bar, that they do something with like the Tiki Room or something.
yeah, that's one thing I noticed about Royal Caribbean, which I think is pretty cool. Is Royal Caribbean has done that over the years. The more and more the company comes with new products, new things, they like to put them on the ship. So like every amplification is not the same. Like look at Navigator for example. It got the water slides. Well, none of the other ships got a water slide. No, I
Right.
think actually this is kind of crazy here thinking, but what if that water slides was a test for Icon? It was Royal Caribbean's first big step in Icon. I mean, if you look at Royal Caribbean, they like to do that. They like to test it on ships first before they put it on a brand new ship. So,
Right.
I would
I
see
wouldn't
what
doubt it.
Allure gets. So, I don't think it will be a cookie cutter to Oasis because they probably learned a lot of things from Oasis to C's amplification. But it will be interesting to see if it gets announced what they're going to do with the amplification.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. I think Navigator was a test for Icon. That was a good class of ship to test that on because if you look at all the other Voyager and Freedom class ships, they all have pretty identical slide complexes compared to Navigator. So I think you're right on that.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's what I noticed. The other thing too they like to test on is the pool deck. A pool deck was another thing I think that they're trying to test on with
Yeah.
the Navigator. That pool deck is amazing. I think it's one of the Royal Caribbean's like new best ideas. It is like I mean, it changed the game in terms of Royal Caribbean, and I love it. It's gonna be sad not sailing on Allure with not having it independence because I believe ICL The Last Wonder has it. That's an amazing pool deck with the way they bring the water to the second story of the jogging track. Pretty much on most ships, it's really great.
Yeah, and I think Navigator and Freedom are very similar with their pool decks. I don't know if the audience will know what I'm talking about, but you guys probably will. On the Voyager and Freedom class, up at the front of that pool deck, they have those stadium seating like little chairs. On Navigator and Freedom, they got rid of those and added like a up on the running track there's like a deck to sit on. I really like that. I think getting rid of that stadium seating was a great idea. So I think I haven't been on Navigator since they did that second update, but the Freedom to Seas pool deck was amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I loved the Freedom of the Seas pool deck. That was probably the best thing that they did.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially that upper deck. I think it was like for like the higher tier people anyways, like where they have those string lights up there, but that's such a nice area to just hang out at night.
It's beautiful. I love it. I would wish that they do that a lot more with the amplification, even bringing it to other ships. I think even like the Vision class. I mean, it's a little extreme for the Vision class having it, but even like just it doesn't need to be that big of an amplification or redo on these smaller ships. But if you bring elements like that to these older ships, you can put a lot of years of service into that and really keep that new. Hey, this ship's got a new pool deck. It's got a new El Loco Fresh. So I think that Royal Caribbean could do that. But back on topic to the Allure Coco Key here. So we're going to go to the Oasis Lagoon, the water park, not the water park. We're going to the Oasis Lagoon Snack Shack. What else is our plans there for that day?
I think it's more of just hanging out and enjoying the island. I feel like every time we go there, at least with Brandon, we're always, whether it's the water park or I think on Freedom or Liberty, we tried to do the jet skis, but it was canceled. But I think it's going to be more of a day to just kind of hang out and really enjoy the island and just spend the time on the beach or at the Oasis Lagoon or whatever. But I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts?
I think I finally I've been struggling with the OBS. Oh my god. But I finally got it fixed. But yeah, I think if we're just gonna chill that day, that's probably just the best way to do it, honestly.
Yeah.
Chilling is
another
great.
question. We haven't gone over this at all. What do y'all want to do for the sea day?
I always start my sea days, especially when these 3 nights. I'm gonna have to do my ship tour probably that day, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
Early in the morning, probably.
Yeah, I usually get up early on the first sea day to do my tour.
I bought a new camera for this cruise, so I'm gonna hope to try and film a ship tour one take. So wish me luck.
Good luck.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm a little nervous because it's a brand new camera. So
the GoPros are easy. Great. GoPros are easy.
Yeah, GoPros are easy. I've been playing around with it, trying to get the microphone set up because I had to go back. If you aren't familiar, me and Brandon both kind of started our cruise vlogging things on GoPro, so I'm going back to kind of our roots here with GoPro vlogging. So I'm looking forward to go back to it because it's been a while since I've used a GoPro. Because I'm not sure if any of my YouTube people know about this story, but my original GoPro, unfortunately, I think is sitting at the bottom of the Canaveral Harbor.
Oh, yikes!
Left it one day. Honestly, the seas were coming in with Mardi Gras, and I was filming a time lapse, and I was in a rush to go, and I left it there, and I think the wind pushed it into the water. So, or someone took it.
Yikes!
It'd rather someone else have the camera than it be the bottom of the Canaveral Harbor.
It's kind of funny. I found a GoPro laying around that day, and I took it for some reason.
Hey,
and I sold it. I don't know whose it was.
I'm happy someone else has it.
George in Atlanta, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat, George. First round.
Nice, George.
Thank you.
Great video recovery, something for the IT department. LOL. Yeah, for real.
Another cruise.
First round of drinks on me, Justin. I'm buying the first round of drinks at that. Thank you so much, George. We appreciate it.
Thank you, George.
Thank you, George. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you so much. Sea days are always nice. And I think originally we were supposed to have a sea day or a day in Nassau. When Justin and I booked this, we booked this a long time ago, back in August of last year, when we were on Independence for my birthday last year. We booked this cruise, and it was originally supposed to go to Nassau. And the lineup in Nassau for like the ships, unbelievable. Like, we booked the cruise and then found out afterwards it was like Celebrity. I think it was it was either the Beyond or the Ascent. Then it was like Beyond. Freedom of the Seas, Carnival Liberty, the Disney Wish, like one or two other ships. Like I think there was an MSC ship there. It was going to be packed. So I think we kind of got the bump, and we got bumped to a sea day. So that was like one of the few times where I was actually excited to go to Nassau.
For real. And they have that whole new port area, which looks amazing.
It's really nice.
I would like to go. Really nice. I would like to go there just to try it out, or just to check it out. But yeah, the last time I was there, it was September of 2022. So that wasn't done back then.
Right, and I was there a month before that with you, and it was. They had the awnings put in, but they didn't have the actual coverings put in, so they had a lot of work still to do back then.
Yeah, that's how it was. Yeah, when we went, the awnings were up, and then when I got back in September, the awnings were on it. Gotcha. So it was pretty, they were making good progress, and I think it opened like a couple months ago or earlier this year. But yeah, I mean, I'd like to check it out for sure. It does look nice.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'll likely be back there in, I believe, December. And actually, I'll be back there on Independence in a few weeks. So it will be a bummer, but at least the good news is there could be worse places to be, at. Middle of the ocean, going to be great. Especially, I think, with that cruise, I think we hang out around Port Everglades. So that's usually really cool to see the ships coming in and out, and the tankers, cargo ships, and maybe we'll get lucky and we'll see a few cruise ships go by. It's always great.
And when we're on Freedom.
Go ahead.
Yeah, when we're on Freedom. Well, that was an interesting one, because we woke up the last day of that cruise, and I look out the balcony, and Miami is like a mile from our balcony. I was like,
right.
I woke up. I was like, Justin, wake up! Like, bro, look outside of our balcony. Crazy. Like, we're in Miami.
And we could literally see the ships docked in Miami and the ships docked in Fort Lauderdale. It was pretty cool.
We were in that really cool spot. Yeah, we could see the Harmony in Fort Lauderdale, but we could also see like the Carnival Celebration and what was it, the Oasis there that day? Oh, it was so cool. Yeah,
it was like Oasis, Encore, Seascape, Celebration, Horizon. Yeah, it was crazy in Miami.
It was funny because you could see the Freedom sitting off the coast on the Miami port webcam. So we were sitting at. I sent my parents a text during breakfast. I was like, "Hey, check the webcam for Miami," and they're like, "What are you doing? What are you doing there? Shouldn't you be at sea?"
Right, that night, I think we had basically stopped our engines for the rest of the day, and I think we slowly drifted with like that current up towards like the Deerfield Beach area.
Yeah.
And my dad was like, "Oh, I checked the Find My iPhone app, and I saw you guys just sitting out there." I'm like, "Yeah, if you came out to the beach, I could have waved to you."
Literally.
Were y'all still in international waters?
I think we were
close. Yeah, we were just far enough out.
Barely.
We were probably the 10 miles that we had to be or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we were close enough to see the ships coming out of Fort Lauderdale and Miami that night, so it was like right on the border of that international line.
That's awesome, though.
Must have been the ship spotting dream.
It was pretty cool because what was it? The Apex
come out, Apex, Regal Princess, Harmony, New Amsterdam. We saw Oasis, Celebration, Horizon come out of Miami. It was crazy.
It was a cool cruise. That was worth it. Yeah.
That was an awesome sea day.
That was a great cruise.
It's just like my cruise on the Mariner of the Seas. The Mariner of the Seas was very similar to that. I had we're supposed to go to Labadee, and instead we went to Port Everglades twice during the cruise, 2 different days.
Yeah,
and,
fun stuff.
Nassau, so that was beautiful ship spotting paradise.
Yeah. I mean, I hope that we go into Lauderdale for that, but I also don't hope that.
Yeah, absolutely.
The content, though.
The content was impeccable.
Yeah. And then the last day of the cruise, we also have the Aqua Theater show we've got signed up for.
That's right.
Yeah, that'll be unique. Usually I do the Aqua Theater show the first night of the cruise, but
that's how we usually go. Yeah.
Yeah, the 3-night cruise will be cool to kind of do it right at the end.
Yeah. It's funny. I didn't realize that, but the Oasis class are the only ones you have to like put in reservations for the shows. I've noticed. Yep. Like for the ice skating show and everything like that, like when we did Mariner and Independence, like we never had to do that. But it's always been the Oasis class. Yeah.
Right.
Which I get, you technically can. It's just you're not guaranteed a spot.
Right.
Yeah,
you won't get a good seat is actually what it is. You'll get in, it's just you're not going to get a good seat.
Right.
Now, I'm the king of walk-ins. That's one of my cruise things, is I like to show up at the show. It starts at 7 o'clock. I'm there at 7 o'clock. So, and I usually get, I wouldn't say a good seat, but I get a seat. So, I mean, that's all that matters. So, but yeah, if you want to get a good spot, you get the reservation. You get there early. Get it well let in. Get a good spot. So, I'm looking forward to the show. Again, I've never seen any of the shows on Allure because I've never been on Allure. But unlike all the other Oasis class ships, it's going to be a little special show. Of course, every Oasis class ship has a different show. So, I'm looking forward to it. Especially the ice show is going to be great too. So always a good show. The Aqua show is always one of my favorite on the cruise. So
yeah, Allure has a really good Aqua Theater show. It's called Oceanaria. It was there in 2017 when I went, and it was there last year when we went with my whole family. It's a really good show.
I think that's what it. I think that's what it still is.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
George says definitely enjoyed the '80s Aqua show more than the Allure show. Sorry, Allure. Which one is the 8? Which one is the 8? Is that the Oasis?
Yeah, I think it replaced
I think that's Oasis.
Of Dreams. They replaced the
it did.
Okay, yeah.
It's interesting to see if they do that for Allure when she goes for the amplification. If they switch out the Aqua show, because that's what they did on the Oasis.
That would be interesting. Yeah, I wonder if they'll announce it soon now that because they're technically they didn't really announce it, but there's basically a gap in between her transatlantic cruise and her first European cruise. So I wonder if they'll announce something soon about her dry dock, because that's a pretty big announcement. I think if you announce that right before her summer season, I think the bookings would go up knowing that she'll be amplified.
Now that once the bookings go live, that's when they're going to announce it for sure, because that's a huge marketing push for that. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, you can really read between the lines there. I mean, the ship is now 5 years at that point, going to be 5 years late on its amplification, and now that the cruise lines are recovering, Royal Caribbean's probably in a better position than they've ever been before financially. Other than they're paying back all their debts that they took on, things like that. But like, if they want to push and like continue to push the Oasis class the way they're doing it, they're going to do that with Allure.
Right.
And it's just
be the selling point.
Yeah, they don't just mysteriously leave 2 months, literally 60 days, which is exactly how long those dry docks take, or that one did for Oasis. And the Allure was originally scheduled for 60 days as well. So it's no coincidence that that's happening. Because I did a video on that earlier today, and I was like, it's no coincidence that they're just taking 60 days off of service.
Right. It's not confirmed, like we were saying, but you can pretty much guarantee that she's going to get amplified, which, is good because the ship needs it, but it's also bad because I personally prefer the older version of the Oasis class the way they were. But it'll be nice to have her updated. That's pretty much the last one they need to do.
Yeah, I just hope they don't do the suites across the top.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, not a fan of it. Oasis looks pretty awful with that.
I think Utopia looks a little bit better just because the ship's going to come out like that, and I think it's done differently because the solarium already goes up to the front anyways.
Right,
But,
it was built into the design.
Yeah, exactly. So it looks a little bit more normal and more natural. But like the Oasis, it's just stacked on there, and it looks like it's going forward. It's a mess.
Yeah, something doesn't look right. I mean, it's nice to have that
It
open
looks all right.
deck with like technically the solarium, like that extra seating, but exterior views, like ship spotting wise, it looks a little off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ryan S, how's it going? What's up? Says what's up, boys? How's it going, Ryan?
What's going on, Ryan S?
What's up, Ryan?
How you doing?
And then George says, really enjoyed Saber on Allure. We'll hate to see that go. There, Ceviche was amazing. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to do that. I think we thought about doing that one night.
May or may not.
I know I did that on Oasis when I first went on it a couple years ago. Saber's always really good.
Yeah, my fiance is a big fan of it, but not Johnny Rockets. Playmakers the boardwalk is a perfect spot for playmakers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Oh yeah, Ryan's going on Allure 2 weeks after us.
Very nice.
We'll 2 weeks. That's not before I get on.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah. But yeah.
Well, I was about to say that's one thing about Allure is interesting is they have already the free Mexican restaurant. You know, you got El Loco, a White Ball Cafe serving El Loco, and then you got Sabor, and also I think you also got the only Brazilian steakhouse Royal Caribbean has in the solarium. I believe someone was telling me that. I don't know who was. Someone said that. I don't know how true it is, but they have that Brazilian steakhouse in the solarium area. So
yeah,
they
definitely have it. We did it. My family and I did it on Allure last year. Regarding if it's the only one, I'm not sure, but Allure does have it in the solarium at night.
Good deal.
Cool. Yeah, that's one thing. Justin and I kind of have this tradition at this point. Anytime we go on a cruise, as long as it's got Playmakers, we go to Playmakers the first night of the cruise for dinner.
It's a must.
It's a must. Playmakers is always really good. It's one of those pay to eat places, kind of like Johnny Rockets. You know, the typical sports bar vibes. You know, grab a beer and everything. It's a good vibe. But since we don't have, what happened?
Oh, 1 second. Sorry,
I
just had to bring this.
Cool.
Where the hell did you get that from?
When I went on Odyssey, I said, "Can I steal this?" Jay said, "Okay."
Nice.
When you did that, it shifted everybody's things around.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. It's funny because like my little icon that I have in Discord showed up under Tyler's.
Oh my bad.
So funny. It's funny.
We're back. Don't worry.
We're good. D Nice says traveling on Allure right now, heading to Coco Cay for the very first time. Have you seen pictures of the water slides? Which would you recommend?
Nice.
We actually. Funny enough, Justin and I were at the port. We watched the Sailaways. If you're on Allure right now, we watched the Sailaways 2 days ago. Whenever you left Port Canaveral, I've got a video.
You might be one of our videos.
Yes, I have my video of that is actually going out on Friday, so you could watch your own Sailaway. There's a little bit of a plug there.
Recommendation-wise, definitely Daredevil's Peak. It's a little intimidating because it's so tall.
It's very tall.
It's awesome.
It's amazing. It's amazing, and definitely do. I don't know what it's called, but it's that raft one where it goes up the wall.
Oh, the boomerang.
The boomerang. Yeah.
Oh, that one's so much fun.
Great slide.
Yeah, for sure.
I did that when I was on Independence last. Amazing experience. Throw water park. Daredevil's Tower. That ride. Daredevil's Peak. That is amazing. It looks kind of scary, but that ride is fun. Even the drop slides, I thought it was going to be very scary. Those are super fun. Go ahead and enjoy the slides. Really great. The problem is the water park does get quite pricey at times, so just watch it, and it may go up and down.
It depends on the ship.
That's a little pre-check there, but
I've noticed it depends on the ship.
Walking too. A lot of stairs.
Yeah. There's a lot of stairs. But I've noticed honestly everything. Yeah. It's funny because Freedom, I've been in Coco Cay with Freedom I think I've been to Coco Cay. This is going to be my 8th time. I think 5 out of the 8 times I've been to Coco Cay, it's always had Freedom there. It's so funny.
No way.
We'll be with Freedom this weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I've had Liberty, Harmony, Oasis, and then I think the rest have all been Freedom. Maybe, or no, I think I had Jewel. I had Jewel when I was on the Symphony.
Oh, that's cool.
And I had Serenade when I was on Harmony. So,
Yeah.
But other than that, it's usually Freedom.
Yeah, it's funny.
It got Liberty a lot of times. But last winter was a lot of Liberty.
Nice.
And then I think I got I was on Mariner, and we were the only ship there, so that was nice.
Yeah.
It's a weird feeling on that small of a ship. I mean, Mariner's not that small, but you get the point. It's like 3,000 people, and it's just like having your own personal island. I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah, when we went on Oasis, we were the only ship, and it was definitely a unique feeling. But
yeah,
I mean, you know, that's basically a home port for Royal Caribbean. I feel like they send every ship there now.
They try to send everything there at least once.
Even ships like Enchantment, no matter what.
Real.
Yeah.
Even Vision was there. I think like a week ago, she was just there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when we did Independence in August last year, I think we were the only ones there too. It was like nobody there.
Yeah.
It felt like nobody was there. It was cool.
It was Harmony, but yeah, the second time it was just us.
Yeah, that was really cool, especially with a ship, you know, not smaller, but you know, a lesser capacity than an Oasis class. You know, it just felt empty there. It was really cool.
Right, definitely.
Love it.
Catmaster says hi, Tyler. And
hi, Tyler.
Ryan says who are we in port with? So when we leave Port Canaveral, we're gonna have in Port Canaveral with us. We're gonna have us, Allure of the Seas. We're gonna have Carnival Liberty docked at Terminal 3 for the Carnival Terminal up there. Then there is Adventure of the Seas is gonna be starting her season in Port Canaveral that day. She gets there for the first time. She'll be docked at Terminal 5. Then we're gonna have Terminal 8 is the Disney Wish, and that's it, right? 4, yes.
Well, technically speaking, you got the Victory 1 too.
Oh boy.
Victory 1.
Caleb in the Victory 1, I swear.
Also, when we get
me and Pablo 3, everyone, Pablo 3.
Yep.
Victory 1.
And then
but when we come back to Canaveral.
Yes. So in Coco Cay, we're gonna have the Freedom with us, and then when we get back to Canaveral, it's gonna be another 4-ship day. It's gonna be the same 4, but instead of Adventure of the Seas, we've got Carnival Vista coming in to start her season that day.
That's gonna be awesome.
Very exciting.
I'm looking forward to it. And what's cool actually is we're the second ones in, so we'll be able to see, I think, the Liberty. Well, we'll see it depending if it turns around or not, but we'll be able to see the Liberty and I think the Vista come in, so that would be super cool.
So Wish is the first one to come in then? They usually come in pretty early.
They always come in
early. Then I think it's Vista's last, but I think Liberty too. Not 100% sure, but...
Yeah. That'd be cool, because usually the Royal Caribbean ships come in last.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be cool, especially like where we're docked at the port. We'll pretty much see everything because we can go at the front of the ship and we can see CT3, and then depending if we go straight in or not, it depends. But we'll get to see the middle basin, and then we'll get to see the west basin where Carnival Vista docks. So that'll be cool. And also, we're there the first time she comes to Canaveral. This is the first time. Not alone Carnival Vista, but the whole entire class has been to Canaveral, so I'm really excited to see her this winter.
Yeah, I love that class. The Vista class is such a nice class of ship. We're gonna get double Vista class here later on next year too, which is gonna be really awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and she's one of the last few Carnival ships that hasn't been painted yet, so that'll be kind of unique to see her right before she gets painted.
She's only gonna be here for like 3 weeks, and then she's gonna go off to get painted too, which is the funny part. Yep. So the few times that we are gonna get to see her it's only gonna be for like a month.
Right.
What terminal will she be at?
She's gonna go to 6, where the Magic was docked last year. She's basically taking over for the Magic, except Magic was only seasonal, whereas Vista's gonna be staying year round now, which is gonna be fantastic.
That'll be
awesome.
Yeah.
One thing too, I think it finds interesting is it's kind of funny Carnival didn't do this. If they didn't put the Vista into dry dock with the scheduling, they didn't put the Vista in dry dock when she headed over from Texas. I think it would have been a no-brainer to put her into Texas. Dry dock in Freeport. During that time when she.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless you guys go to Cadiz to get painted. In that case, it makes sense why they put her for 3 weeks. But I think she's going to Freeport. So
I think she just has to go to Freeport.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, say Cadiz it takes a lot of bit out because Carnival Freedom just went to Cadiz and that was
but that was for the funnel and everything
that was a very unique situation.
Very unique.
Yeah.
Very unique.
But Paradise just had her dry dock. She didn't get painted. She already got painted, but she just had a dry dock over in Freeport. So that's probably what they're gonna do is just paint her over there. So I think another Carnival ship got painted there too.
Yeah, I think Paradise just had a couple of cosmetic tweaks inside. I know she was supposed to get new cabins on, I think it was deck 9, but I don't know if she got that. But regardless, I think she was just more of a cosmetic update for her.
Yeah. Catmaster says, do we remember the first cruise that we went on, or the first ship that we went on? My first cruise was the Celebrity Century back in '98.
No way.
My first cruise was Carnival Ecstasy in 2000, and I remember very, very little from it. I was at that point, I was born in 97, so 98, 99. So I was 3 years old.
Yeah, I think I was 2 when I went on the Century. It was back in '98.
My first cruise was the Disney Dream back in 2011 when she was brand spanking new.
Your first cruise was in 2011? That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Before mine, wow. My
really?
first cruise was Brilliance of the Seas out of Tampa, 2014, I believe. Beautiful
Nice.
cruise. Made me fall in love with all things maritime cruising and pilot boats.
We love the pilot boat.
Crazy.
That's right. I love the pilot boat.
Yep, I did Century. Then I did both the old Disney ships, like the first year that they were out, like during the inaugural years. And then from there, I did the Carnival Jubilee, the original one. That was out of Tampa, I believe. Thanks. Sheesh.
Classic. Yeah, you're old, Brandon.
I'm a boomer. What can I say?
Oh, you're an old man.
Oh, yeah.
Back in my age when I was...
Back in my day.
Back in my day, the ships used to be not powered by azapods.
Back in the day, they were.
Hey, they weren't powered by azapods when I started cruising.
For real.
That's funny stuff.
No, good stuff here.
Yeah.
So any more pre-cruise things about the Allure? We'll get back on subject here with the Allure. So any more things? Let's go to the last day. So we kind of C-Day, we don't have a definite plan, but last day here, of course, we talked about the arrivals.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess after that, we'll hit the Windjammer. Then we'll probably get off at around 7:30. What will be interesting is this is the first time an Oasis class ship has done the 3 and 4 night cruises, so it'll be interesting to see how they handle a disembarkation. Because with the 3 and 4 night cruises, a majority of the people walk off. So we'll be interested to see how they handle it.
Right, for sure. I agree.
I'll get home when I get home.
Yeah.
Luckily, Terminal 1 is easily equipped for that. They've got a lot of open space, but like Tyler said, it'll be very interesting to see how they handle a quick turnaround like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I noticed with you doing a Cruise Terminal 1, as you mentioned, Cruise Terminal 1, not a problem. The port's not the problem. It's the ship. So the ship has to scan every person out individually, which that's where the bottleneck is on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see how they're able to expedite that because, again, you're getting 6,000 people off in less than, 2 hours? So, yeah, it'll be interesting.
It's incredible how quickly and easily they do it, too.
Right. I mean, I don't know if you remember, Brandon. Remember we waited in that long line to get off Independence the second time?
Yeah.
That took forever.
Yeah, I don't know why. It was just one of those... Because, the first time we did Independence, it was quick and easy. The third time on Independence, it wasn't as bad the third time around, but that second time was weird for some reason.
I know, and it wasn't even anything different. It was just a basic 3-night cruise, but they sent us through the dining room and then out onto that open deck on 4 with the lifeboats. They
did that on Liberty too.
But Liberty is a completely different story. Liberty's totally messed up.
Liberty's debark system. Well, it was the terminal. It was not the ship.
And they didn't have the facial recognition. That was the problem. It was all the standard disembarkation. They did not have facial recognition in 29.
Yeah.
Interesting.
If we were sailing at 18, we would have been on and off within a couple minutes.
Oh, easily.
But that debark process took 2 hours.
And the bus situation to get back to the parking lot was a mess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just about everything. So I'm very excited for the cruise. I'll see you guys on Friday.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Just to give you guys all a heads up, as of today, we have officially turned these weekly live streams that we're doing into an official podcast. It's the Cruising is Life podcast. That'll be there is a tab on my channel that actually goes to podcasts. All of these live streams are going to be uploaded as a podcast as well. You can either rewatch it as a podcast or you can just listen to it like normal. And the same thing with Spotify. We are uploading these to Spotify as well. On YouTube, it's usually pretty instant to get that over to the podcast section. And then usually within about 2 to 3 hours, we should have the podcast uploaded to Spotify as well. Looking into other platforms like Apple Podcasts and things like that. But these live streams are going to become weekly, and we are going to kind of turn this into more of a podcast style type of thing. So
yeah,
definitely go check all of those out, and I hope you guys are excited for all of that in the near future.
It's going to be awesome.
I'm very excited to be a part of it.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. We appreciate you.
Oh, yeah.
And with that, I will see you all on Friday. Have a good night. Have a good night to everybody that's still here watching the stream. Have a good night, and can't wait to see you guys in the next set of videos.
Yeah, Caleb, Tyler, I look forward to seeing you on our cruise. It's going to be a blast.
See everyone.
Hey, what about me?
Guys, it's going to be an amazing time.
Brandon, I see you all the time.
You're the wonder of the seas. I would say we're going to have a wonderful time, but we're not. We're going
to have an alluring time.
Have me on, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys. Have a good night.
Take care, y'all. Bye.